Hello everyone, welcome to Positron Plays StarTropics 2, Zoda's Revenge. Be a little different this time around. I have a guest with me. Say hello.
Hey, how's it going?
That's David. He actually contacted me after we played StarTropics on the channel previously and asked if he could do co-commentary with me. So we're going to go through this. It's going to be a pretty casual playthrough. He knows a heck of a lot more about the game than I do. So he's going to kind of help me along, and we're going to go through this and see how it goes.
That sounds pretty good. I wanted to say that I was a big fan of your StarTropics 1 review. I think it's the most underrated game for the NES, and StarTropics 2, it's a little different, but it's going to be a great run-through.
I sure hope so, and hopefully you can prevent me from getting lost, so...
I'll do my best.
So we'll get started here. My Positron save file. In Chapter 1. A little bit of storybook stuff here. Ah, good old Mike. So Mike's actually going to talk to us for the start here. It kind of goes back and forth, if I remember correctly, but going between whether he's talking to us or whether we are Mike, which is a little bizarre.
Yeah. Gives you a bit of the backstory from the first StarTropics. I think if you click no to the first question he asked you.
Ah, yes. Good old Mika, now invading our brain. The StarTropics humor is still the same, too. It's really dry.
It is. It's a weird beginning, though, you gotta think, right? It's a weird opening.
It's really strange. Like, we just come in, it's like... It's kind of like almost like a sitcom, like, hey, remember me? You know, like...
Or like the reverse of when something ends that, oh, it was all just a dream, like Mario 2. It's like the exact opposite inverse of that.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good way to put that, too. It really is. Dr. J,
Dr.
very
J.
busy. It's quite the stack of books he's got there, too.
And they all look the same.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. The left is the exact same as the right there.
Either like Encyclopedia Britannica.
Blah, blah, blah. It's a good way to tell the story. We go, what is it? Was it a cat I saw? Was it a rat I saw?
For those of the viewers who didn't watch your StarTropics 1 review or who don't know the story of StarTropics 1, obviously it ends where after Dr. J is rescued, you find out that they've been following these aliens from a distant planet called Argonia, who were basically captured by Zoda, and they escaped and Zoda tried to track them down. So that's how you leave them in StarTropics 1, is they all go off on their merry way. So that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, and we had saved, in StarTropics 1, we also talked to, was it Hirocon was the name of their leader?
Now, I'm not sure if you actually met Hirocon at the end. I'm now drawing a blank there.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I know he was definitely mentioned. You know, Mika mentions her father. And Dr.
I think
J's
that, if I recall, you don't actually meet Hirocon. You just meet the seven children.
Yeah. There's actually a really good music track at that point, too.
Well, yeah, and I'm not sure if you covered this. I know I posted this on one of your previous videos, but it's one of the two tracks that has a corruption in the sound file, where the original video, you don't even have the bass line.
Yes.
And if you get the downloaded bass line in an emulation, or if you're able to fix the sound file, it's like an even more epic sounding final track.
I can't remember now if I linked to that, but I actually did repair mine to do that playthrough, especially for that final track. Because, it's a gorgeous track.
Yeah, it's really good.
So
the first track also is interesting that you find that mistake early on in the game. Anyway.
Yeah. So we've got the Oxford Wonderworld, I believe. You have to read the strange words of the cipher.
Papa Mau Mau.
Which are the lyrics to Surfing Bird.
Exactly. Every time I played that game recently, I always think of that Family Guy shtick.
Yes, yeah. So, lesson learned here. Don't read books while reciting the lyrics of Surfing Bird.
Radical.
Radicola.
Yeah. So I think that's essentially chapter 1. You don't even do anything.
Ah, you're right. Yeah. So, a little bit of off-camera play. I just tested up through to this point. I've seen most of this game before, but I've not played it myself. Hey.
The first thing you notice also is it's very dull looking compared to the original StarTropics.
Yeah.
Now the color scheme does improve later on, but I've always found that the sound and the graphics are not quite as up there as the first StarTropics.
Maybe not as sharp. Yeah. It doesn't pop as much.
It's still got good music, and we're gonna hear the soundtrack. It's not quite as epic as the first StarTropics, but you're gonna have some epic tracks nonetheless. Now, what's just happened there is you've fallen through one of the holes in the snow. And when I played this as a kid, I remember I had memorized exactly where every hole is, and I could have done the walk blindfold. I don't remember where any of those are. So
you actually can avoid them then.
It is possible. There is a path, and I think if you look at some playthroughs, I'm sure there's some people who have done that, but it's not a direct path, and it's, you get to see more of the game anyway. It's in some ways a bit of a tutorial.
So the other thing about StarTropics 2 versus StarTropics 1 is that it's not strictly adhering to a grid system anymore either.
No, and maybe you
isn't.
show the.
So we can actually go diagonal now.
Yep. And if you want, while you're here, also, once you get rid of that guy,
man, that bear is brutal.
Do a jump in the air after you kill him, of course, and then change direction in midair.
Oh my.
And that's going to come in handy in some places.
Oh, that's
later
interesting.
on.
So I can actually kind of like have a lot of air control. Very Mega Man style air control now.
Yeah, and you can still only jump the distance of one tile, but because you can go diagonally, you can actually get a little bit more than a tile because you're going diagonally between two tiles.
Oh yeah, it does seem like I almost jump like 1.5 tiles. I
well,
feel like.
Also jump off the bottom.
Oh, whoops!
Like now.
I just yeah.
You'll fall another one of these. There you go. Go up there and when you get to another multi-level there, take a jump and I'll show you.
Oh, we got a different.
Well, here you have like 3 levels. Notice that the pigs still have their bum holes.
Of course, yeah. It's a very important detail. So it seems like you get a lot of distance if you jump from a height.
Yeah, every, I think, block up, you get an extra block worth of distance.
Interesting. These jumps seem a little sketchy because I feel like I'm almost going to overshoot them, but...
Yeah.
So we still have the stars as well. I assume those serve the same purpose? Like 5 stars?
Yeah,
gives
they
you a
serve
heart?
the same purpose. They don't come up quite in the same way that they did in the first StarTropics. The first StarTropics, it would be kind of random. You get a couple in a row, and then you wouldn't get some.
You wouldn't see them for like a whole dungeon sometimes.
Yeah, you'll see this more. It's more like a Castlevania 2. Like every couple enemies or so will drop a heart.
Right, yeah.
Or drop a star. The opening weapon you get here also is kind of unimpressive compared to the original StarTropics.
Yeah, it's definitely no yo-yo.
You got some rocks. 30 rocks.
Wait a minute.
You can test out a diagonal jump if you're feeling like doing it.
Oh wow, I actually did not think I was going to be able to make that. So I must have to go through the other side now. I guess I didn't go through... Oh, so the rocks respawn when you come back in the room.
Well, you're in the Stone Age in a cave, so you think there'd be an abundance of rocks.
I suppose that's a good point. So we have to go through a secret... It seems like I have no invincibility frames either. I feel like
that's actually going to be a big problem. That's one of the things that you notice with the game. The game also has, like in StarTropics 1, an annoying sound that when you're low on energy, but the game designers decided to go even more annoying, if that was even possible, than the first game.
Nice.
And you're going to hear that. Hopefully you won't hear that too soon, but you will be hearing that.
Probably pretty soon, yeah. Alright, we got a star there. Stars also, like, they don't carry over either.
No, they don't. They don't. Nothing carries over. The game is a lot more linear. Also, we'll probably get into that at some point in time. But one thing probably worth mentioning too, when we said we're in the Stone Age, is that's the shtick of this game. The last game was you were going island to island, from chapter to chapter. This is you're going from different time period to time period.
Not many islands involved, probably, in that case.
Well, in many ways, you think about, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, and how the sequel was not quite as well received that we're in time. And I think that's what they're going for. It's a great attempt at building the storyline, but it's not going to be quite as epic as the first one.
And where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I remember spending a lot of time with that as a kid. But not in time.
No, I don't even think I played Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego until maybe once or twice when I was.
And then of course there was Mario is missing, and Mario in Time, and those were not the finest gems to be found.
Wasn't there a Simpsons game also that involved going through time?
Yes, Bart versus the World, I think, handled a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I am a caveman. That is one of the fattest horse paintings I've ever seen.
That's the horse they're looking for. And again, I'm not sure if maybe they do eat horses, I don't know.
Someday a reliever shall come from the south. Our village awaits him.
Because Mike's a southpaw.
Yep. Oh, yes. Good old StarTropics.
I think I might have spoiled that joke that's going to be made a little bit later.
Apparently Mike likes his steak rare as well. Hey, Piggy. Oh, this one doesn't turn around on us after we talk to it either.
No, he doesn't. Now, I'm not sure if you played up to this point before, but it's really important to take a look at the writing on the wall here.
All right.
The circle, triangle. Yeah, you're going to want to write this down somewhere.
Yeah, let me...
Circle, circle, triangle, square, circle, square.
All right, let's see. We'll write this down on... Oh, let's see. I actually have the note paper from when I did StarTropics. It's been used for, like, everything else. For the, what was the captain's piano? Still have that.
Right, right. But that one was easy to remember. Do, mi, so far, do, mi. Like these...
Right, circle, circle, triangle, square, circle, square, triangle. Nice. All right.
And it would really suck if you were a kid playing this at home and you didn't write that down and then you got into the first dungeon. Because, what's that, 7 in a row that you're going to need to know.
Yeah, I couldn't even remember the first 2 probably. Yum yum. All right. Well, you look important. Are you the chief? Southpaw reliever would come one day. Yes, I'm assuming this is a but thou must. Oh, you're a right-handed starting pitcher. We can change our lineup? Oh, that's funny.
The StarTropics humor is the same, as you pointed out.
Oh, right up my alley. Alright, so we gotta get rid of Yum Yum. Got it. Did I... Wait a minute, there's people down there.
Yeah, I think there's... Unlike the first game, I think you can get away without talking to everybody everywhere. Actually, you do want to see... I think you do need to speak to the guy on the far left. This is also part of the backstory. Her daughter is... Her son is missing.
I think it was her daughter, actually, right? Her daughter, Pudgy. No. Who names their kid Pudgy? Oh, we can warm ourselves by the fire. Hey, buddy, you look important. You're Tink. Sweet. You don't know what money means. Oh, what did he say?
I always imagine them saying it in caveman voice, like, you know money means?
Alright, so now I have an axe. I'm just handing out weapons to a teenager here, no problem.
Some guy just hanging out in their cave.
Yeah.
Pretty spacious cave.
How old is Mike? He's probably... like, 16, probably, would be my guess. Actually, not sure.
Yeah, that's a good question. We could probably look into that for future video.
Kazo and his son Shorty. I did, yeah. Poor Shorty.
Yeah, like I think you can actually start the game without the axe. So in some ways it's a little less linear in the sense that you got to get your yo-yo to start the first StarTropics.
Right,
They'll
yeah.
actually troll you and let you start the game with like looking for rocks and realize that you're pretty screwed.
Oh, that's crazy. Maybe we'll do the first dungeon in the next video. Because probably like... Do you think the dungeon's kind of long? Do you remember?
Yeah, the dungeon is long, and it does end with, like I say, the maze aspect of it. First boss. We could use this as a good point to start.
Alright, yeah. So we'll pause here for now, and we'll start next time. Thank you, David, for joining me. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, click like, subscribe for more, and we will see you soon.